changing your state of being, changing your behavior. And that is why you're actually changing your frequency. We get scared usually because we cannot comprehend it with the physical mind yet. So I allow my vibration to rise. This belief system, and all those things are actually what are hindering it from coming in, right? Hey there. Welcome to day 9. If you don't know it, because you haven't watched my other YouTube videos yet, I have decided to commit myself to a 30-day YouTube challenge, which means that I create and upload one video every day for the next 30 days. And a few days ago, I think 2 days ago or maybe 3, a funny thing happened because a challenge in the challenge was born as well. Because if you haven't watched the video, I don't know which day it is, but it's the singing and the illusion of fear and breaking the illusion of fear. So I have decided to finally break that illusion and challenge myself even further by singing in crowded places. So there was kind of a challenge in the challenge was born. And today I've already filmed the video for that. So I already went outside into the crowded place I could find here where I am right now. And I just sang my song, a phrase of my song. And usually I do the YouTube video first and then afterwards. That's how I did it the past days. But this time it was the other way around. So I've already done it. And it was amazing and exciting. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share that with you. So if you're interested in that, keep watching till the end. For this YouTube challenge video, I have something that I want to share, that I want to talk about, that is really something that is very important in my experience at this point. Although I don't even think that it will ever be a time where it isn't important, maybe, but especially now, because I'm reminded a lot lately of the truth of that. And it's about following ideas and impulses. In another video, I've already talked about honoring your ideas, honoring your desires, honoring your impulses by following them as much in alignment as you can, right? And today I kind of realized something, not for the first time, but probably on deeper levels. I was reminded through certain things that I've experienced. Because when we aspire something and when we want to create something in life, and let's say we create something like a potential, we have this certain thing we want to manifest, right? And we do the work, we open up, and then we start receiving impulses and ideas. And usually they might scare us because they immediately kind of forces us to expand, right? But that's the whole point anyways in the first place, isn't it? So when those impulses occur, often, and as I experience it more often than not, they seem illogical. They seem as if they were, if it just doesn't make sense. But the truth about, or the beautiful truth about who you truly are is on a higher level, so to say, or on a deeper level, on a more soul level, you already know the truth. And when you receive impulses and that they don't seem logical for the physical mind yet, because it just hasn't experienced it yet, which makes a lot of sense because it's new, then those are actually the most important steps to take. And what I've realized is that when we receive an impulse, and maybe we don't even realize it is an impulse, we think we just made it up in our minds and it's just not time yet or whatever, however it shows, right? And we don't follow that, nothing more can come through really. Because you've sent it something out that you want to create and you open up to it, changing your state of being, changing your behavior. And that is why you're actually changing your frequency, which is amazing. And the reason that you change your frequency is the reason you can receive different thoughts now in the first place, right? Because you have a different point of attraction. and kind of who you truly are. And everything that is helping you in the non-physical realm is now able to bring you different information because you have expanded. And we get scared usually because we cannot comprehend it with the physical mind yet, which is totally normal, but we are trained to only trust our physical mind. So that is part of the work too, releasing that and understanding that the physical mind is to experience only. It's not made to understand everything in the first place. It's not its job. We kind of overwhelm it by wanting it to know it, right? And when we do not follow those impulses through, usually it's because we have fears, incoherence about those topics, and we maybe not even realize it, but we just don't follow it. And there comes then one day, then you realize, oh, I actually had this thought many days ago, many weeks ago, and I never followed it through until it became so loud, and you went through maybe some emotional stuff and came to the same point back, realizing, oh my goodness, it came pretty early, and I was just not ready to follow through it, but I didn't even notice that. And why that is so important to me is because I have experienced it again today. And another thing that I want to share is that I have noticed is when we receive impulses and the mind cannot comprehend it. And let's say we are at a point where we understand that. We know that, and an impulse comes and we immediately realize, oh my God, that's an impulse coming from changing my frequency, right? An idea popped in, something might take action on. And we do it, and we don't let the mind talk us out of it, because we understand the mind cannot comprehend it yet. But usually what also happens is that we think we know why that impulse came. That's probably the biggest lie. We understood that the impulse came, and even if the mind doesn't understand it, it's already soothed, right? We know how it works. But then unconsciously, we tend to think why that impulse came. And what I have realized on my journey is usually the reason that impulse came is never what the mind thinks, and it also never is what the impulse itself is representing obviously. For example, you receive an impulse to talk to a certain person, to share a certain idea with someone, or to make a certain offer to someone. Then the obvious conclusion would be, well, this came, my energy was rising, obviously. Let's say you were making an offer. I'm getting the impulse to making an offer so the deal can come in, right? And that makes sense, a lot of sense to the physical mind. But usually those impulses, especially when you're working from a different realm now, because you're working with your energy field and manifesting like that, not through action, but through alignment, then the impulses you receive and the ideas that occur are more often than not, especially the steps in between two bigger steps, more often than not what they obviously seem to be. So let's say you make an offer to someone for something, for your business, for whatever it is. And there can be an infinite amount of reasons actually why you're supposed to make that offer. And the first thing that I have noticed is, especially when you still have emotions in your energy field, or fears around being seen or showing yourself, or in general fears that when it comes to your desires and your creations, then usually those moves are meant to point you directly to them. Because what if you get rejected? What is happening then to your energy field? And I think that's so beautiful, because we so often misunderstand the reason why we are supposed to follow certain ideas and impulses. Because it's like we don't count emotional work or the release of things as valuable as the thing itself. And more often than not, I have experienced that I make a certain move, then I'm wondering why it didn't work out. And sometimes when then things come up, like, then why the hell should I even do it in the first place? Or why all the work putting in if it's for nothing, right? It's because you have the opportunity to even more craft yourself, so to say, bring yourself into alignment with that idea, so the even more matchable deal, so to say, can come in. Because when you're making a deal, you're making an offer to someone and they say yes, and you are not realizing that it's not 100% a match actually to what you want to actually create. You might not know yet because you haven't experienced it yet, but you on a higher level, so to say, on soul level, and every being in a non-physical realm watching you, helping you, supporting you does know, because they have a broader view, right? And they will guide you. And you yourself are guiding you. And if it's okay for you, if it's not working out the way you think it has to work out, or the way you think it's best, if you just understand, especially when emotions come up that trigger you and bring forth certain thoughts within you that you had no idea were lingering around in your field, that you were receptive to, right? Or maybe you thought you've already released it, and then life shows you've maybe released a lot, but still there is still this thing going on in your energy field that you're not aware of. And you're going into a deal with that energy and you're not aware of it, then it's not going to be as fun as you think it'd be, because you weren't aware that those things are still in your energy field, right? So, but you on a higher perspective, you are beyond the physical mind, knows that. And knows therefore better than what you have already experienced, and will guide you and navigate you through that. And when we understand that, we start to, that's what I experience, we start to kind of create holistically more, involving every part of who we are, not just the physical aspects. Because the physical aspect actually is the part that has no idea. It's the expression, kind of the last expression of the energy that is working, right? So everything that you already have manifested is in the physical realm. Everything that you've already done, it's kind of, as Abraham Hicks puts it, which I love, is what you already have manifested is kind of old news in energy terms, because there is so much energy going on already behind the scenes that is not yet manifested. And if we only allow ourselves, and that's what I've reminded myself today, if we only allow ourselves to follow those impulses, and then when it didn't have the outcome we thought it would be, especially when it brings things forth, to choose, at least to choose, even if we can't be grateful in that moment, to choose to be grateful, because we understand, okay, I want this, I want to make a deal like that, for example, I want that. But I didn't know I had to clear that energy so much first, in order for then the corporation that wants to come in, that really fulfills me, can come in and has access to me. Because maybe I just thought doing that would be the greatest thing that I would love. But I didn't know better, because on a physical level, I'm not seeing it all. But on a broader perspective, I do. And that is the information that we need to allow to come in order to manifest, as I believe, more effortlessly, more holistically. And so we kind of release the resistance that comes up when things are not going the way we think they need to go. Because maybe you just think that would be fulfilling, but life, I love to put it like that, life knows if you wouldn't. And life navigates you through that, instead of just throwing you in that and experiencing it yourself and then having to do it all over again, right? You can skip that part when we truly can kind of skip that part when we start to work from a broader perspective. And that's what I believe. And I'm taking the offer because that's what I did today. I made an offer to someone, and it showed me, well, I wasn't rejected. That's the funny part. I wasn't truly rejected. It's kind of still open. But just doing it in a way that I haven't done it before, coming out in the way that I haven't done before, kind of showed me that I actually still had fears within me that directly came up the moment I sent it. Which is very funny. The moment I sent it, and the reply I got was actually really beautiful, and that's also the funny part. I wasn't even rejected. It's still open. I got a reply immediately, only minutes after sending, and the reply was actually pretty accurate. It was something like, it was a short WhatsApp answer, and something like, let's talk tomorrow. I have listened to it and I like the idea, and I have a lot of my plate now. Let's talk tomorrow because we have an appointment anyway tomorrow. So that was the reply, kind of. But still, what it has always, how do you say it? Wait a moment. Regardless of what comes out of it, it showed me that. Regardless of if she is actually saying yes, it showed me that. And when I hold that light like that, if I hold my vibration like that, only the best can come to me. So if I hold my vibration like that, and she is maybe then not a perfect match, because releasing those fears today, which I have done today a lot, kind of raised my vibration, right? And maybe she's not even a match anymore for that. I don't know it on the physical part. I am about to experience that, which is the surprise of experiencing life, right? So I am curious what's happening tomorrow, so to say, what's happening next on that. I don't know it for sure. I know potential timelines. I feel potentials, and I can see different realities, but I can only experience what actually truly is the most beneficial for me then in the experience itself. And holding my vibration like that will only bring me the best into my life. So let's say I hold my vibration, which I'm planning on to do, and everything that might come up this evening, I'm going to release. I'm going to be carefully aware about everything that has been triggered in my system, to release it in order to naturally be flowing towards what I'm desiring. And maybe it's not her. Maybe when she is saying no tomorrow, I know for sure it's not because of her. It's not because of me not being good enough. It's not that. It's just I have raised my vibration, and life knows if she fits. Life knows if that would be actually a perfect deal. And we want people that are worthy of what we bring, right? It doesn't mean if someone says no, they're not worthy of us, but it means for our experience, we might not know that this wouldn't be the best for us. And if it's not the best for us, how can it be the best for them, right? And we don't know that all in the first place on a physical level, because the physical realm is to experience and not to know it all before. We don't want to get these surprises all ruined, right? We want to experience it. We want to experience it through. And I've just realized for myself, if we start to work with life like that, and I say it often with life, but what it actually is, therefore, is yourself. You're working with yourself. And it sounds kind of funny because you're working with yourself, but it's you understanding that you're more than your physical apparatus, that you're more than your physical mind, that you know that you're even more than what you're desiring right now. There is this broader view of yourself, which you can tap into consciously, by the way. And you can open up to that. You can live from that point of view instead of only living from that physical part that you are. And that's when you feel that you yourself are not truly in your body, but you are everywhere around your body, and your body is actually within you. And this broader perspective of you doesn't need to know it on a physical level, because it just knows. It just knows by nature that it is. And that whatever is happening, it doesn't even have to think it that way, but it naturally just knows that everything that is happening must, because that's the law, lead to everything that it desires. And I think that's at least what I am doing and what I am practicing if needed. When I approach everything that I do like that, then no matter how even bad it looks, or when something went wrong, or maybe I have done a step that I would do now differently, that I can use that all as kind of, I can use it to kind of shoot faster into the direction of what I desire, because I understand how it works. I don't see it as a mistake anymore. I don't see it as failure anymore, because there is no such thing as failure. Because when you take a step and you're only confronted suddenly, instead of that offer and you're all in that creation and you're now doing that, you're kind of standing in front of fears and all those illusions screaming at you. Well, that's a victory, because now you see it. And now you just have to choose that this is an illusion, and that you don't choose that. And then you might put in some effort to release that, because when something doesn't work out the way the mind thinks, and immediately things get triggered, and like your physical conditioned mind is bombarding itself literally with lies, and that you're not good enough and nothing is ever working out for you, and I've done so much and all the things. If this is happening, then you know, wow, this is actually how my mind is still functioning, right? And seeing that, needing to see that, is part of the journey. Because when you don't see that, then how will you ever reach your desires, right? And being able to fully express them. And that's what you, on a broader perspective, already know. So when you desire something, and this is the beauty, because that is actually why you can desire and manifest anything from wherever you are. There is no limit. You can be broke as hell, and you can manifest absolute abundance in money terms, no matter how far away it looks. And why is that? Because you, on a broader perspective, know the path of least resistance, which is your path of greatest joy towards that, no matter where you are. But, and the but is very important, because it might has to show you what is in your field that is keeping it from you right now. And it will show you. It says, okay, honey, you want that? Amazing. Let's check where you are. Okay, you have this belief system, this belief system, this belief system, this belief system. And all those things are actually what are hindering it from coming in, right? And life will effortlessly just find beautiful ways to just show you. And when we understand it like that, we just say, wow, thank you. However you are going to do, which technique you use to manifest. Maybe you create kind of like a potential, like Dr. Joe Dispenza, for example, is teaching. You create a potential, you set an intention, you kind of find out the emotions, and you start cultivating those emotions within yourself, which causes your vibration to rise because you're releasing resistance. And then you will be able, it's like you turn on the light in a dark place. You will be able to see what is standing in the way and get the chance to release it. And so to me, it's like, that's how I approach it. And if I fall from my throne, so to say, I come back to that truth. It's like I'm creating that potential. I'm starting walking into that direction. And with that, I say, okay, life, show me what is hindering me. Why isn't that in my experience yet? I don't say it in those words exactly, especially I don't say it in those words necessarily, but that is what is happening, right? You create that, you raise your vibration by starting cultivating those emotions, tuning into that, and then things happen and you think, oh, that's why it's not there. That's why, oh, I still hold this belief, I still hold that. And then like this, you kind of work with your body in alignment, honoring your belief system now, and you are, that's how I experience it, reaching your desire way faster. Because you stop the resistance, and not with every step that is not working out. The physical mind, the conditioned, by the way, physical mind, and not so beneficial conditioned physical mind thinks it has to be. You just release that and just know that it comes in the way it's best for us, even if it doesn't look that way. Because from a broader if you could see from a broader view, and mostly we can afterwards because we can connect the dots afterwards, but you on a broader perspective already knows, okay, if we go this way, which seems to the physical mind more comfortable, it will take years. You don't want it to take years, right? Not necessarily. But if you go this way, like a how do you say it? A labyrinth. Labyrinth, this is in German. I don't have the word right now. Maze? Is it maze? I'm not sure, but I think you know what I mean. From a broader perspective, it doesn't seem logical to go that way, but from that point of view, you would actually see, oh my goodness, that's actually the shortest way. Because it shows you way faster, or it brings forth things faster. And to me, that's so beautiful, because when we can only start to approach life like that, then we're actually tapped into our true power, instead of letting the fear kick in and always taking another round and another round till we come to the same point anyway. And no, I have to let the physical mind go in order for this to work for me in the best way possible, and therefore in the best way for anyone else as well. And that's just beautiful. I think that's just beautiful. And I also think that it's just something that we need to trust in again, that it is so. That there is a broader view, that it is guiding us. Because we are so conditioned to only look through the lens of the physical mind of the past, you know, what has been, what we have experienced. We are not trained yet to actually approach life from who we truly are. We are trained into approaching life from, actually when we're born and come into this world, we learn to approach life from the perspectives of the people that has already been in their bodies, right? Before us. And even the ones that might not even in their bodies anymore, you know, they're even long gone, and we cling to the past and do it the way they did it and train ourselves that that's the right way. And that's why I think it's so challenging to us to kind of switch now, because we go from that safety, which is not really safety, it's the illusion that you're safe, right? To kind of, okay, trusting in something that we cannot see, when we have been trained to only trust in what we can see. But the funny thing is that what we now know is that what we can see is way less than 1% of what actually is. And I think that switch is kind of amazing. We kind of switch from trusting into only what we can see into now understanding, oh my goodness, there is more than 99% more to that. And that is where the actually party is happening. That is where the magic actually is happening. And it's kind of a whole twist. It's a whole new way of being. It's a whole new way of approaching life. It's a whole new way of creating, of seeing the world. And as I experience it, there is a lot to discover only in making that switch to approach life from only what I can see and only what makes sense to the part that we can't see, using our different senses, learning or remembering again to remember our other senses, actually, because we have been trained to only use the senses in the physical realm, but there is so much more that we can do, actually, that has not been done with the body. with the eyes, with the hands, with the nose, touching, smelling, watching, seeing. And that's so beautiful to me, because when we understand that, then I believe that we will have a whole lot more fun in our life, in our creation. And we will remember that life is about joy. It's not about always being happy and not being allowed to have emotions. Of course, maybe emotions come up, but the truth is, it's about joy. Every game you start playing, you're not starting to play it for sadness, right? No matter what game you're playing, you're doing it for the fun of it, for the adventure, for the joy, because you're hoping to have great experience going through that. And the same goes for your life. We just kind of forgot. We kind of made hardship out of it because we forgot who we are. But now we're waking up. Now is the time of remembering. And the opportunity has never been greater, as I believe. And now is the time, the best time, as I would put it, to wake up, because it's probably also the easiest time, because there is so much information out there already in the physical realm that you can tap into and do it like that. From the physical, you learn those informations and start to apply it and experience your true self. That's so beautiful to me. That's so beautiful to me. And let me feel into, actually, because I would say that's the end of the video for today. And I want to sing a song for you. And I'm just wondering what it is, because it didn't came to me yet. And you know what? Let's take high vibration. Let's take high vibration. I think that's a beautiful way to end this. If you haven't watched my other videos yet, then you should know high vibration is a song that is connected to my painting High Vibration. And there's actually not more to say to it. Maybe you have watched the other YouTube videos, then you will already have listened to it, and maybe you kind of remember it as I sing it now. It's just a great way to remind ourselves to allow our vibration to rise. That's the whole purpose of that painting. And it's kind of representative of the energy centers. The way I picked the colors, the way I allowed the colors to break from bottom to top. And it only has one purpose, and that's the purpose of reminding us of our true core frequency and allowing that to come through. And that's why I chose the lines the way I chose them. That's why they came through that way. And I want to invite you to close your eyes now. And to take a deep breath with me in and out. And one more, in and out. Just listen to the words and allow them to drop into your heart and allow them to remind you of your own truth and of what you're actually here to do, which is allowing your vibration to rise. Enjoy. I allow my vibration to rise. I know that I am a vibrational being. I know it's all vibration. I allow my vibration to rise, 'cause I know who I am. I know who you are. I know how this universe works. So I allow my vibration to rise. I allow my vibration to rise. I know that I am a vibrational being. I know it's all vibration. I allow my vibration to rise, 'cause I know who I am, I know who you are, I know how this universe works. So I allow my vibration to rise. I allow my vibration to rise. I allow my vibration to rise. Let's fill the space after the sound for a moment. And open your focus even more. I think this song and this painting also is such a beautiful way to remind us that it is so, that we have to allow our vibration to rise. And isn't every opportunity where we can be reminded of that such a gift? Such a gift. Because there is a lot going on. And in this time of awakening, we are really navigating through all of it now, individually and collectively. So I think creating spaces for you, for people like you and me, waking up, where we can be reminded, where we can be ourselves, where we can allow ourselves, are such a gift. My love, you are so worthy. You are so worthy of your own sound. That's what I've been remembering, of your sound, of your voice, and of your truth. You are, and your truth, your sound, and your voice is actually what the world wants, what this awakened world wants. So allow your vibration to rise. And enjoy, by the way, my day 3, or is it already day 4? I don't even know right now. Doesn't really matter, but you will see it. My new day of singing in crowded places. I'm going to put it right into that video now. So keep watching and enjoy. And maybe you want to share in the comments below what you feel about it. About what you feel about what I have said, what I have talked about. Or maybe you have a similar journey of breaking the illusion of fear of being heard, of singing, of speaking your truth. Maybe you want to share something about that in the comments. I just want you to know that you can. Because to me, this is a safe space to do so. Because I don't believe that the world needs to be fixed, actually. I don't believe that the world needs to be healed. Because we are switching timelines anyways, right? We're switching more and more into the direction which is more preferable to us if we allow it. So we're not changing anything. We're shifting to a whole new world. And that's why we have to create it within us. Everything that we want to experience. But what I do believe is that we might need some spaces for people like you and me awakening for their golden visions. Because everything is so unknown, right? And we have to create it all anew. And space where it feels safe to start to share that, our truth, is so important. That's what I believe is needed. And that's what I provide. That's what I want to provide with everything that I do on social media and beyond. Because I know how it is to have this golden vision that is so new and no one else around you is seeing it the way you do. But you know that that is exactly the way it needs to be, because you're here to create a whole new world through you. Not through the physical mind, you allow it through you. And this can be so scary. And we have to be so courageous to do that. And I just want to encourage us. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I want to be kind of the example of truth that we can do it, that you can do it. You can break the illusions of fear. And I want to encourage us to connect and to do it together. Enjoy my song. And I see you tomorrow for day 10. Have a beautiful time, gorgeous soul. Enjoy your day or your evening, wherever you are right now. And let's create and allow a whole new world. Bye. Welcome to day 3 of singing in crowded places. I have to say I feel a little bit more excited today than yesterday evening. And that's okay. It's still nothing compared to day 1, so it's alright. I brought my own song. I mean, they're all my own songs, but a song that is not connected to a painting. It's no one I changed. I'm not going to sing it fully, probably, just a little part of it. Just for the sake of doing it, singing in crowded places and breaking the illusion of fear of being hurt. So, and with that, I invite you to close your eyes and to drop into your heart as I do now, forgetting everything around me. And when I feel ready, I'm just going to start. I change, spirit in my heart, I can feel you. The love in me arising as I find out who I am. I change, spirit in my heart, I can hear you. Sometimes I feel lonely, but I choose love instead. No one needs to understand my heart. No one needs to see my path. No one needs to understand my heart. I release the need for you to see my path. I change. Oh, spirit in my heart, I can feel you. I'm changing into someone who surrenders all their fears. Changing into someone who knows this love is real. I changed the way I see the light. I changed the way I see this life. I shift the way I see myself. I'm changing into someone else. I know to change the way I see my spark. I need to change the way I see the dark. I turn the need for you to see, to love I have inside for me. Spirit in my heart, I can feel you. I can hear you. I can see you. No one needs to understand my heart. No one ever needs to see my path. Oh, no one ever needs to understand my heart. I release the need for you to see my path. I change. I change. I change. I've changed. Let's feel the space after the sound for a moment. Take a deep breath in and out. You are so worthy of your own sound, so worthy of your own voice, and so worthy of your own freaking truth. You are worthy now. We all are. See you tomorrow for day 10 of the YouTube challenge and day 4 of singing in crowded places. Bye bye.